start what's trending today with a video that's going viral on social media because it's another day and another case of a violent incident at an airport. This time, it involves a female passenger on an Ibom air flight that was reportedly coming from Uyo to Lagos. Let's take a look at the video that has a lot of people talking online.
What did you do? What did you do? They don't mean. I came out with I came with weight. I came with weight.
She's hitting me. She is hitting me. She's hitting me.
You heard the air hostess there saying she's hitting me repeatedly. And reacting to the videos on X, the director of public affairs at Nigeria's Civil Aviation Authority said, "When cabin crew ask you to turn off your phone before takeoff or landing, simply comply. I can't understand why simple routine issues would lead to incidents like this. Passengers need to understand that they have responsibilities, not just rights." Right now, more details are still emerging, but what we do know is that the videos were posted to social media late yesterday evening, and as we see, it shows this female passenger not only slapping a flight attendant, but also violently confronting airport security. Bigger picture, Ibom Air is a 6-year-old airline which has reached a number of milestones in the industry, including winning Best Airline of the Year for the last 4 years. And remember, all of this is happening in the context of airlines and travel, both being in the news because of the drama last week with K1 and ValueJet when they say he tried to board the plane with alcohol. And in the early hours of this morning, we saw Kwam 2 was already trending on Twitter. Ibom Air is trending on Twitter. And beyond the jokes, this is still a serious matter, you know. We see Kwam 2, they're calling this incident Kwam 2, you know. She wasn't immediately put in handcuffs, and that's something else people have been noticing. I'd like to get everyone's reaction, but Rufai, we can start with you.
I mean, that Kwam 2, that thing just made me laugh. The truth is, we cannot condone any level of indiscipline. It's a regular procedure. Turn off your phone, put it in airplane mode or something. Just listen to them. Then it turns into a fisticuff. Please, we should go at that lady. And see, with due respect, it has to be said. You see, the way we behave in this country, we are so quick to blame our leaders, but when you check the behavior of people, it leaves much to be desired. We would like to see the treatment that will be meted out. We know this woman too will quickly film an apology in the coming days. But like the Punch editorial team said today in the editorial about Kwam 1, is the apology going to erase that part of the law? Because there must be punishment for actions. Simple as ABC. It must be seen that people are punished, not just apologies. All of this one now is because of the phone. What is so important in the phone that you can't turn off that you now go ahead, you are hitting a fellow woman? So NCAA would see how you will react to this. And I'm happy Michael Achimogu came here on Sunday and said, what Kwam 1 did in some jurisdiction is termed as terrorism. Although Kwam 1 has still been begging, you know. In fact, there's a new song, Dr. Abati, I don't know if you heard it. When he went to perform, for Jimmy,
he's begging for forgiveness.
When he went to perform in the Korodu Music City in the Korodu, Ewe oriji ni moja, Ewe oriji moja, Ewe oriji, I'll do the drum. Ewe oriji moja, Ewe oriji moja. He has given us a new song for it.
Wow.
But please, with due respect, okay, let us do it right.
After.
Very quickly, I think this is why people are questioning the what seems like a slap on the wrist for Kwamwan, because they're saying, okay, fine, if we're giving him a slap on the wrist, what happens to all these other people? Everybody is equal before the law. The law doesn't recognize celebrities, the rich, the common man, and so forth. It doesn't segregate. Everybody should be dealt with the same breath. So you see this lady being bundled off and so forth. So, okay, as airlines and as airport officials, they have the capacity to get somebody out of the way of an aircraft when they feel that person is posing a danger, and when the airline has made a decision to deny this person access or to fly on the plane. It's all about security. It's not because they're trying to make life difficult for you. A lot of people forget that these air hostesses, they're not waitresses. They're safety officials and security officials. Yes, they happen to dispense duties to make you comfortable during the flight, but their job on an aircraft or during a flight is to ensure everybody is safe and secure. So what this girl displayed was just, horrible behavior. Even as she was being dragged out, she couldn't just respect herself and get up and, alight from the flight herself. Very, very embarrassing. And this is why many people who are saying that the not the maximum punishment, but the punishment prescribed by the law should be enforced without prejudice to all. Some people will say, Kwamwan has apologized, but sentiment becomes difficult when you have this type of repeat offense. There's a man who caused a disruption on a flight from, was it from Lagos to Abuja to Lagos, on Ibom Air a couple of years ago. That man went to Kuje prison.
Yes,
he went to Kuje prison.
He was dragged out of it. I don't even know why this girl is not even in Kuje yet. Because I remember... I'm sorry. Because I remember that was the exact thing this man was doing. Because when they were pulling the man was like, is this how they are going to let me be? He was shouting obedience or something. The man went to prison immediately. So I don't know why this girl. I don't know. So we should be careful. And Dr. Abati Brùtal, before you start, there's also now a video that has, or an audio that has been released about how Kwamwan was saying in the rage of anger that who is Oshiname, the man that owned the airline, I will bring him down. Do you know who I am? I will bring it.
No, the name is Shoname.
Shoname. Yeah, Shoname, yes. I will bring him down. I don't know if you've taken that in your report. There's a new audio that they released just over the weekend to about Kwamwan when he was bragging. I will bring Shoname down. I will destroy. Who did they think they are?
Where he was saying that if he doesn't drink water, he gets excessively dehydrated.
You heard the...
Okay. Let's hear from Dr. Abati.
Now, Nigerians are very creative, very humorous people. Even in the face of the most serious issues, they extract comedy from it. I've seen a lot of memes. I've seen a lot of compositions by musicians on Instagram. I've seen also some musicians quickly rush into the studio. At least Portable, a Jungle of Africa, has already, given us, a chorus on it. And even Kwamwan himself has done this Forigi, that's forgive me. He has also issued a statement saying he apologizes to Nigerians generally, specifically the president, the country, the Minister of Aviation, FAN, NCAA, and that he's a man who has contributed a lot to this country, but that this has happened and he has apologized. Now, what are the issues here? 2 incidents within a few days. The one with Ibom and Ibom here, and then the one involving Kwamwan. I think Nigerians generally should learn a lesson from this, that where your right ends is where another person's right begins. And that as citizen, as you said in your introduction, you have both rights, you also have responsibilities. And if you violate the law, you will be sanctioned for it. Now, all this, I apologize, I beg, they don't do that in other jurisdictions. The same people who misbehave here, they will not do it in Heathrow. They will not do so at Washington Dulles. When they are among organized people, they behave very well. Now, what we're witnessing is the danger of this mentality, the big man syndrome, and the do you know who I am, assumption of many Nigerians. I think it's important for Nigeria to continue to insist on best practices and the rule of law. If you do the crime, you do the time. The fact that you know the president or you can write an apology is totally irrelevant, because you can't do that in better organized societies. I know some people will say, well, Kwamwan has apologized, we should forget and forgive and go on. No. There should be some level of sanction to teach other Nigerians who would like to go to airports tomorrow, whether it's Ibom or another airline, to say, do you know who I am? Now I go to the lady. This lady, she was told to switch off her phone. And then they said she got angry, engaged in an altercation with the crew official, and she made for the fire extinguisher to hit the lady. I mean, it was on the basis of that airline officials and security moved her out. I've seen some comments, some people were saying, why did they expose her breast? Why did they? No, that's immaterial. It's our offense. That is the issue. Because both persons, both the lady and Kwamwan, they endangered the lives of other passengers. They disrupted airline operations. But I think the big issue here is the lesson that other people should learn. Because they saw the Kwamwan one, they say, oh, it's a big one. Then look at a lady, we don't even know her identity. I hope they will tell us who she is. What gives her the effrontery to want to hold up airline operations in that kind of disrespectful and idiotic manner. So I don't want to condemn the airline. I just want to say to every passenger, both now and in the future, to know that there are rules. This is a country based on the rule of law, on rules and regulations, and you must respect the rules. This is the reason why people drive on, what do they call it, one lane against the flow of traffic. And they will do it with impunity. This is why people will refuse to pay tax, and they will do it with impunity.
The question is,
there's a lot of lawlessness here.
Dr. Abati, doesn't government officials drive on one lane?
No, all of us.
So
everybody.
It comes from the
It's
top.
a Nigerian affliction.
Do politicians even respect the laws in this land?
Okay, it's a Nigerian affliction.
Doesn't government officials drive on one lane,
yes,
one way?
But it does not justify.
Are they supposed to break the law?
No. The fact that other people are doing it, and so I can also do it, is not a defense in law.
It's not a defense in law.
He's a man that is caught, that is a criminal. So the important thing is that the moral firmament framework in this country requires everybody to respect the law. Otherwise, nobody has the right to come and say, I'm a big man, I'm entitled, I'm privileged. There's no such thing.
So what did you do? What did you do? She told me. I came and with whip. I came with whip.
She's hitting me. She is hitting me. She's hitting me. She was giving her slap left and right. She was slapping on the head. Strangled her like 5 minutes. They just got her down. She was beating her. She was just like trying to calm down. She was like serious slap, but she was giving to her.
For having in mind, for the air was having in mind to do this for me. I want to know how much you want to do for this today.
Operations run for you.
Let me go and make sure it's going. Go ahead. I know I'm calling my life.
Go with them.
Copy, standing by doing instructions.
Frankly speaking, this is really sad.
Remember that if anything should happen to the flight, you as a passenger inside the flight, your life is also at risk. Because I don't see the reason why an air hostess will ask you, please, madam, can you off your phone? Instead of you to genuinely and loyally do so, you abuse exchanging words with her. What if anything should go wrong in that flight? Guess what? Including you and the air hostess girl, all of you will buy. Everyone will just go like that. Look at what happened to Ghana Air Force flight jet. What happened to it? Almost 8 people were killed because of that crash. Does it mean that you don't love your life? This woman is actually trying to save both your life, her life, and the life of the rest passengers in that particular flight. So why are you proving stubborn? This is a rule as a passenger. You're expected to obey the rules, provided you are a passenger in any flight. Whether you are boarding from one state to the other, you must obey that rules. And you must learn to respect everyone that works in that particular place. Because guess what? They are the ones that are making sure that everything is being secured. Also, your safety is also important there. So why would you be asked to off your phone and you are proving stubborn? Now look at what is going on. They might even ban you forever not to board any flight in Nigeria anymore until you buy. So what benefit do you derive? Something you could have done to, avoid all this escalation, all this issue which has, be going viral over the social media space, and the bad name that you will bring to yourself. Whether you choose to be stubborn, you allow the devil to use you, and now look at where you have landed yourself. Even official Bovi, the comedian Bovi, have reacted towards this particular news. According to Bovi said mental illness is not only when someone is mad. In this case, he's saying that this girl should undergo mental, that is psychological treatment, that she's not proper, she's not well in terms of mental health, that she's passing through mental challenges. So here is the full details of Bovi. He said, mental illness is not only when someone is mad and trekking and eating from a bin. Some people are really stressed. Some are used to abusive patterns of distressing, like, cursing and fighting. Some are triggered by their chronic childhood trauma. Complex post-traumatic stress disorder is a thing. Kudos to the airport staff and airline hostess for the way they handled that passenger. But that girl needs to be taken to hospital. That looked like a manic episode. Yes, she should face the law, but she also needs mental treatment. Most of us do so. Anyway, my lovers, you guys heard what Rufai Abati and Rufai Oseni said regarding this particular Ibom issue, passengers and the hostess in air, that is Ibom air passengers wahala. What do you have to say? Because this particular trending is indeed violent altercation against the airline staff. So feel free to drop your opinion in the comment section. Remember that Squam 1 own happened last week. Nearly this man would have ended his life if it happened that he did not bend down when that particular pilot was, out of annoyance, she moved the flight without an order from the securities personnel that we give order for her as a pilot to move. But guess what? What happened? They petitioned this man, they sanctioned him, despite this old man coming out online publicly to apologize to Nigerians, to beg and apologize. Yet he was sanctioned. Also, the pilot in question was also sanctioned. As a public service figure, someone that is serving people, you should know how to be obedient. You should know how to endure some certain things. Anger issue is very paramount as a public figure. You are serving people and you're having anger issue. It doesn't work that way. You should learn how to, mediate in terms of conflict. When there is any misunderstanding between you and your passengers, you should learn how to handle things, not just putting yourself first, but putting the passengers' life first. Use them. Make sure that your passengers' life are your priority, not even your own life. Because you are carrying many lives of people that link with different families. If anything should happen to one person, automatically the person is gone. And at least you should know that when someone's life is just being taken away as if they are fowl, or let's say animals, the families will feel so sad. The loved ones will equally feel sad. The country will equally mourn. So when this kind of case has occurred, as a pilot or whoever, even though you are an air hostess, if you look at what the lady did, she did not touch this lady for once. The passenger was busy slapping her, telling her all kinds of abusive words, calling her names. But guess what? The air hostess lady maintained her state. She did not react. She did not fight back. Honestly, she deserved an award. She did a great job. I don't know what many people might be thinking of, but at least it's an instruction. Obey the instruction that other passengers have already obeyed. Off your phone. And you are telling them that you've already put your phone in flight mode. They are telling you that you should off it. They want to confirm. They don't need mistake, because any single mistake in flight automatically will lead to death. The flight will crash and everybody will go. So when you are being asked to off your phone, you should at least obey to avoid all these circumstances, all this problem which has surrounded yourself. See what is going on, and your face is all over the social media spaces. You have already dent your image, you've already dent your name because of one little mistake that you could have avoided just with only your phone. Perhaps use your hand. It will not even take you up to a second to do so. But you are doing Oga Madam, gara gara. You have strength. You are boss of your own. You can do anything you want in this economy. In this, you get this is not Buhari regime. Buhari would have jailed you forever. You see? Anyway, make we not talk too much, my people. I beg, what you got to talk? Drop off a comment section.